You see second pick, we discussed that already. Second pick is so valuable for both of these teams. So if you're not second pick, you need to have a plan. You can't just like stumble your way through the draft and then go, oh, I guess we can pick a, yeah, we can pick the Clinks here and then you can put it on support. Like they just need to have a clear mindset. And look, here we go, game 2. Guess what's happening? Nigma's second pick. They've now got last pick. It's the battle of who picks last. That's it. Who buckles first? This is what this series is about. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but do you really want to see Nigma just going, okay, we need a bit of push, we need a bit of laning, we need a bit of
not
damage?
Not at all.
No, I don't want to see them do that,
It's
right?
like watching Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like you love that part where it's like you activate by trap card.
Yeah, but Weehaw is that card, right? You get to the end and like we saw them put last pick Silencer against an Ember and he done pretty well. And then what's the game after? What else did he play yesterday? My memory's gone.
I think he had. Do you have a Batrider?
Yeah,
the Batrider as well. Like both of these games, he had such high tempo. He played with mind control. They had. Oh, it was beautiful to watch. I want to see that again. Set themselves up for success.
Yeah, but if you looked at their drafts against Secret, they weren't like, yo, we have this, we have this,
not at all.
So that's why I don't want to see that. I want to see them brilliantly execute their drafts like they did against Team Secret.
That as well.
It might be a bit different against Liquid, because Liquid is always stable, right? They always have a stable draft. But I would really like if Nigma would do something out of the top box.
We got a Kuroki Clinks again, guys. Watch out.
Maybe that's the bait here. They open this up, they're like, oh, you think it's going to be Kuro again, but surprise, surprise. This could be a core Clinks, more traditionally.
It could be. It's interesting. This Night. Okay, Night Stalker. It's a new hero.
This guy has not been seen much.
Yeah,
he got buffed a lot, right?
He's a nice looking chap. He's got the ability to run at you, but I don't know. I didn't see the first band, not going to lie. It's Centaur band. It's not. Doesn't Liquid just go Centaur here? And then they have Centaur Rubik again. Night Stalker goes at nighttime.
What's the rush?
Stampede.
Because they saved it to the second phase last time, right? Because you only get one ban even on the side of Nigma.
Yeah, but then again, you have the Clinks, as for discussed, how Clinks can suffer on that lane. Any basically hero that's not like beefy enough to survive the lift into the stomp combo should be afraid there. Clinks kind of wants to harass, so I kind of feel like it could be a centaur game again.
I guess technically the only factor that might take you away from the centaur is the fact that the silence from Night Stalker is always very strong. You get him standing next to the hero that you want to defend. Centaur naturally doesn't want to buy BKB until later on. You want to go like Aura, Blink, then maybe BKB, and okay, Liquid really showing their diversity in their draft right now and going for, again, the Rubik Grimstroke.
It worked so well for them last time.
I do like this, though, because you're not really revealing anything new, and second to that, you put Nigma in a weird position where you expect the Centaur to come, so either you respect ban it, or you just, okay, cool, we'll use a ban for Koikova, but the fact that he doesn't have last pick, I feel like you're going to see this hero, this mid hero, maybe picked at the end of the second phase, and then you'll cover it with a single ban. So, for example, if you go Brute, they could ban Kunkka. If you go Void Spirit, you ban Huskar. That type of drafting concept.
To be honest, I like both of these supports.
There's a Centaur ban.
Yeah, there it is. I like both of these supports against the Night Stalker. They obviously both push out lanes, but when Night comes, Rubik, he likes to steal the first spell of the Night Stalker. It does a lot of damage. With him, it's actually kind of a stun. And the lift is really good against him to get him away from either yourself or your cores. Also, same goes with the Grimstroke. You use the Inkswell, and he kind of needs to move away. So I feel like even though these supports were picked in the last game, I feel like right now they have a solid answer when it comes to support picks against the Night Stalker.
Well, that's what you think about in like the drafting phase. If you want to open up with double support, which again Liquid is doing, it's you want to have two generic enough supports that will have presence in the game no matter what they're playing against. And I think Rubik Grimstroke, it kind of fits into that role. And Nigma, they are continuing to keep their style, which is, again, I respect the style. The fear is just Liquid. They're just a brick wall. They're going to hit you with the same beautiful thing.
Okay, I've played a lot of Tusk in my life.
Imbecile.
Okay, Tusk is really good against Grimstroke. It kind of goes both ways, because if you get caught in his ulti, you cannot snowball. But if your teammates get caught in his ulti, you can snowball them into it, and then they are completely protected. Also, in the laning phase, you get your tag team, you get your second spell, you go into him when he uses Ink Swell, when it's about to end, you get into the snowball, then it explodes, you go back in. So it's kind of a really, really good hero and really nice interaction against him. And they go with the Timber, which is good against these heroes, but if you kind of tri-lane the Timber with the Tusk, it could be problematic for him.
But that's the thing, it could also, like the fact you can still put it mid or side lane, you're going to see one more hero from Nigma, and then they're going to be able to decide.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's too concerning right now. It's going to be a strong Timbersaw game. Outside of the laning phase, it's hard to kill him. Like, obviously, it's high armor, Clinks doesn't like dealing with that, Tusk, sure, gives, like, all their kill potential early on right now with these 3 heroes is physical damage. So, yeah, it's pretty much a free Timbersaw game so far. Obviously, 2 more picks to come in. I think, obviously, yeah, there's Silencer. Oh, are they going to... This is... I guess they're keeping it open. This is the... I don't want to say it, but they've got this Clinks and this Silencer. Yeah, there's flexibility there between support.
It's on the mind of Liquid as well, because they
God,
just
it hurts to say. I'm not. No, but the Silencer could be support. It could be core. Clinks could be 1 or 2. I'm not going to give anything to the support. No.
I feel like it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. I think like that's the potential.
We got a Nigma fanboy. I'm sorry for the bias,
No,
guys.
He told me to stop, and he took it a step further.
love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have no power there.
This is why we're hearing, you know, when Nigma lose, he's like, but they could have won. I love Nigma. But
yeah, they did actually buy me right with that performance against Team Secret. So,
yeah.
so I have to say that I'm a fan right now.
Yep.
And I really want to see them shine in that way, because those were the best games on this tournament that I have watched, and I've enjoyed them so much. So I'd like something like that to repeat. And in the first draft, I saw the potential for that. It didn't happen. In the second draft, I really love the Tusk. So I again see the potential of it happening. Will it? Well, given the last performance, well, it maybe unlikely, but I hope it will.
I mean, that's always the point, right? Like, draft is only half of it, execution's the other.
Of course.
I just like the fact, like, Nigma, they have set themselves up for, like, Silencer 5, Tusk 4, Night Stalker off lane, Clink's most likely going to be the carry, and then Weehaw Hero should be last pick, and then you play from there. The concerning factors right now, obviously, Liquid taking their time, Timbersaw, think you now want to put this guy side lane. You kind of want to pair him into obviously the Tusk Night Stalker lane. Early on, it'll be rough, like level 1 because of tag team. But once you get to level 2, level 3, you're going to be in a good spot.
Do you think maybe Liquid should try and keep a mobile mid in mind? Because it is that Tusk factor, right? It is the type of hero that can rotate mid with the shards, with the snowball, maybe get an early kill.
Sure, I think like you could Lone Druid. No, not really.
They really want to leave the
Brood.
Night Stalker alone.
They just brood. They just, you know what? They're like.
Even earlier. It was earlier this time.
But this is because they're first pick and they don't have control of the last pick, so they're going to
get out of the way.
So yeah, so like I said, they were going to pick the Quadriga hero in the second phase, and they're going to cover it with a ban. But the fact they just go brood,
I actually like it. I like it here more than the last game.
I don't mind it because of course it's a brood. The thing that I don't like is simply this time it's harder for Liquid to play just because of the Timbersaw factor. When you have Centaur, it's easy for him to make the moves, get those initiations, and if you do lose a support, it's not like you lose a large amount of your team fight because again you're covering it with the Centaur. The fact this game it's Timbersaw, once he's playing aggressive, you're relying on both Rubik and Grimstroke to be your team fight, and of course you still got one more pick to cover it to give you a little bit more, but it's hard for Liquid to really muster that lineup that they had in the last game and take the aggression to Nigma. If Nigma have a strong laning phase, it's going to be very hard to stop this lineup just running at you. And that's mainly because Brood wants to play off Diffusal, play off webs, hit creeps, and Timbersaw wants to play on the other side of the map, trying to draw aggro. So
yeah, I can agree on that. If GH does give good side lanes, it could be a problematic just because they don't have that Centaur, they can't really run at them. So. That could be actually nice to see, and here I'd really like Nigma to get a good hero for Weehaw to put in mid, so that he actually managed to die, which shouldn't happen with the LC.
Ban the Kunkka, they cover themselves, and I would like to see a big team fighter from Liquid, just maybe like a casual as Mars still in the pool, get the boxy Mars going, put the Timbersaw maybe on the carry. I like just something that if Nigma want to run at you, if they misstep one time, they're in such a confined area that it's hard to fight. They go Void Spirit, which is elusive, it's fine. My only concern is WeSave doesn't like being ran at in terms of if they're on top of him, be it Night Stalker Silence, it's hard for him to disengage. And of course he can itemize. I expect him to go Yules into then another item, right? So it's fine, but it's just the fact that your control is fully locked on to your supports. Night Stalker as a hero wants to jump your support. So if you ever get that jump, Liquid, it's hard for them to really take the fight, potentially.
That's the interesting part. Like, could Nigma just try and dump down this gang spank? Okay,
Weepo!
Yeah, going hard. Meepo.
No, Weepo.
Weepo, true. We've seen a Brood Mother from Liquid, and now we get a wee heart Meepo.
This is honestly, this is the best of 5 grand finals of second pick. Yeah, it's okay. Why is there so much cheese?
It's awesome. Yo, this is an awesome Meepo game. Yeah. Like, it's not okay. It's insane how good it is. It deals with all of these heroes. It has a Tusk on top of it. It has a Silencer. Silencer, one of the best combos with Meepo. I mean, this is a perfect Meepo game.
Okay, let's not get carried away, Nigma fanboy.
Okay, come on.
No, I know.
Reel him back in.
Yeah, come on. Welcome back. No, but I think I'm liking both drafts. I like the fact that Liquid, they have their tempo setter kind of thing, but I fear the lack of team fight that they have. And because of that, I think that this Meepo, like you just said, it's a really good game. And I think Nigma, they want to play off the fact that they can collapse together. There's going to be a very clear timing of Meepo with E-Blade +1. Liquid, they don't really have the heroes to invade the jungle early on, so Meepo can just pretty much freely jungle. Sure, Brood might be able to aggressively move in and steal a camp or two, but overall I think Meepo's going to have a free time, and Nigma are going to get to play that aggressive Dota that we loved watching against Secret, and I think Nigma should win game 2.
That's exactly what I think. I think they have nothing to invade him, and if he does get farm, it's going to be extremely hard to play against him.
Also, Silver Edge on Meepo is actually disgusting now.
I'm definitely going
because if against the Timbersaw, you have the Silver Edge, it reduces the healing by 50%, it's an extra little bit of stats. Obviously, he's not rushing it, but the fact that at some point he can slot into his item build, and now Timbersaw doesn't feel too tanky, and yeah, I think Nigma. Solid.
It's also, you already have a Spirit Vessel build on the side of Nigma, right? Like, if you want to opt for that, and there's 2 heroes on the side of Liquid that's good against, right? The Brood Mother for the lifesteal, as well as the obvious one, the Timber. So this looks a little bit scary. I mean, Liquid, it comes back to what you're saying about the way they jump the back line, right? Like, Nigma, the only thing they worry about in the back line getting killed is a Silencer who could buy back and still do something. And then Liquid, you already mentioned, that's all their control, right? That's all they have.
Yeah, like if this Night Stalker gets onto Void, Grim, or Rubik, there's no natural saves for any of these heroes. They're just they should get blown up. So I feel Liquid, they have to play perfect positioning. They need to maybe bait the Timbersaw in front of the Broodmother, or even better than that, play off buybacks. And at that point, they might be able to match this aggression. But I think it's potentially too easy for Nigma to play this laning phase. And again, the last point I think I want to make is simply, if they get this Timbersaw into the Night Stalker and Tusk lane, and you maybe shut down this Night Stalker early on, and you don't give Mind Control a game, again, he didn't have a game in the first game, then I think it can be very hard for Nigma to play the game. So I think it's important for Meepo to free farm, which I think is hard to contest, but this Night Stalker, you need to secure his game for the rest of the game to feel good.
Yeah, on the side of Liquid, if Timber needs to have a perfect game, which I don't know if he will, but if he doesn't have a perfect game, I just feel like they lose.
Well, okay, so it looks like we've just got a short delay, so if there's anything else you want to hit on right now, because would you say Liquid is the Timber? Like, if Timber doesn't have a great start, then they're in trouble?
Definitely so, and I feel like the GH Tusk is gonna focus on destroying one of the heroes' games. Like, it might be Timber, it might be Void Spirit, both of them like to have a good time, right? So he's gonna focus on destroying one of them, and if you play without one of those heroes, Timber, you need him for the tank, you need him to stay in front, and obviously Void Spirit, you need him to jump to potentially get to the back line, of course do some damage as well. So if one of them is not having a good game, it's going to be extremely hard. Tusk kind of enables that, so this is definitely more of an outdraft, in my opinion, than the first game was in Liquid's favor.
We kind of bashed on Liquid a bit. I think the one saving grace for Liquid is actually the effectiveness of this Diffusal Blade on heroes outside of Meepo. Like, once you get onto this Night Stalker, if you connect onto the Tusk, like, obviously, he's not going to have the skill set to save himself again with Clinks. Like, sure, if Clinks needs to play behind the Night Stalker and the Meepo, and if for some reason there's a disconnect within this team, like, it's so easy for them to blow them up. Like, Grimstroke, Rubik, Void Spirit, there's so much damage coming from these three, and then you pair that with the fact that Brood can be this hypermobile hero running around. You waste one spell and suddenly now you're in the same, like Nigma are kind of in the same position. If they waste a spell or two, it might be hard for them to take the fight. So I think it's all about who can control the early part of the map better, and if they can maybe get that firm hold, punish the fact maybe you TP wrong, or punish the fact that one hero is not present, and then yeah, I think it could go either way, but I'm still very much favoring.
I liked that diffusal talk. Why? Because the Brood, if he gets into the backline, gets onto the silencer while Meepo is trying to catch his teammates, it could be problematic actually for Nigma. If his teammates die before he does, before he kills the enemy, right? And there's no global silence, there's no silence from the Night Stalker and stuff like that, then yeah, fights can somewhat go in favor of Liquid, but I feel like that's too many ifs to actually make it work.
But that's how Nigma won. So that's like, for example, how Nigma won in that series against Secret, right? Like when you look at their draft, right, you ask yourself, like, to win this, they need to do this, but if that happens, they have to do this and that. It's kind of the same here. I think both these teams are equally matched in terms of how they can execute the game, and I think this draft, both of them are even in their own unique timings, so it's all about the execution and who leaves laning phase and who can maybe just outmaneuver the opponent. But again, Liquid has to do a lot more work for this to kind of get converted into a win.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this is super easy. You net someone, there's 3 Meepos, you use tag team, and the hero just dies. It doesn't matter if it's a Timber with 30 armor.
What would you say like the percentage chance for a win is? So, okay, so go in, and so I'm going to go from Nigma, right? Your percentage chance they're going to win after 3, okay?
Go
3, 2, 1, 80%. Oh, damn, all right. Whew. Yeah, okay, we're both pretty much swinging deep into Nigma's
I mean, that was so close. I was honestly expecting the door to burst open and Liz scream 100% because it is a Meepo.
Yeah, he's a Meepo player, and he probably would say that, because if you're a Meepo player, you see this in a pub, you're like, okay, this is a free game. I don't care if my team feeds, I'm still gonna kill everyone, right? You silencer, stay in base, or get level 6, go into the fountain, and press R, just come out every 5 minutes so that you can get the experience, so that you don't get the abandon from the game, and I'm gonna win the game for you. Here, it's a bit harder since you are playing against a team who is coordinated, but I'm really scared for Liquid in this game, and just like Nigma forgot about the Brood last game, I feel like they forgot about the Meepo, but you have Weeha, so it's really a big mistake to let that through.
No, sure. Do you have any knowledge about the pause? Is it like maybe they're going to get a snack or something?
I mean, we could probably... I'm going to check with production now, but I think this is taking a little bit longer than expected, as there's a few technical issues with the casters getting in lobby. So we might throw to a break in just a second. Oh, screw that. They're ready. They're on the line. S4, Odie Pixel, we finally got you on. How's it going, boys?
Hello, yes, yeah, it's going good. I'm looking forward to this. I feel like off the back of the draft, as you guys said, this is Nigma's chance to sort of hit back and get a bit of revenge for the Brood picking. You know, Liquid got quite an easy win with it in game 1, and now this time around they're giving a bit of cheese themselves, coming up with this Meepo. And I don't know what you reckon, S4, but I think, as the panel said, it looks like a pretty good Meepo game.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay? Yeah, you feel like they've got the Meepo. How do they beat the Meepo?
There's ways. We'll see. I can't talk about it now.
Right, let's see, because we'll see what sort of lane setups we are going to get at the moment. Of course, we are heading towards the mid to go against Quakefirst Spider the second time today. This Brood we're going to see had an incredible game 1. This game definitely going to be, I feel, at least a little bit more challenging for him. We'll see if that is going to be the case, or if Quakefirst is able to still just run the... hold this lead in net worth that he had last game. These insane timings, 8-minute Diffusal Blade, level 15 at 13 minutes in. We'll see if he could do it again. Nigma elsewhere, the side lanes, Mind Control, Night Stalker is going to be on the top lane. And down bottom, Kuro, he's loving his clinks. He's on it again. It is a Miracle Silencer and a GH Tusk down here against the Mickey Timbersaw. And the rest of Liquid just sort of moving around. Insania and Boxy hanging around the top half of this map with Tiger. So we'll see if these tri-lanes do stick. I mean, are we going to see these tri-lanes sort of stick as the 3-man, or is support going to move away from this early?
This Timber might struggle a bit. It all depends on the block here, bottom. Yeah. I just want to mention something. Before the remake, it's like the admin told everyone to remake and leave the game. everyone's like hesitating, and then Kuro said like, "Oh, the pixel didn't connect," so everyone just left instantly. Like, all right, boss.
Wait, how did Kuro know it was me?
I don't know. Yeah, he just saw it somehow.
Dude, that's some next level stuff from Kuro. Indeed, it was me.
We have
Gaben kicked me from the lobby.
We have Orb of Venom on Tusk, and this item got quite buffed. I think, nerfed or buffed. I'd say buffed, because it's.
So I think so too, right? 12% to 15% slow. That's a pretty significant slow increase, isn't it?
Yeah, and the lane position for Mickey was pretty good actually. So we'll see how they manage. Instant TP from Insania. I kind of like this.
Or is it just down to the fact whether the Timber is that vulnerable at level 1, or?
Yeah, and also they kind of want to get level 2 on the Grimstroke. They know that they can't stop the Night Stalker top, so better TP bottom. They can't like kill him top.
How you doing?
What are we doing? Ice shards? Okay.
I've seen if you can maybe get a grab. It's going to be hard. I mean, I imagine what level 2 Mickey is going to have the point in Timber Chain. He's saving skill point for now, but highly likely to have it. So his Ice Shards aren't going to do too much at all.
So Mickey will skill hook here. You will see.
Yeah.
After. He's gonna hold it for a bit in case something happens. But yeah, you get the hook against Ice Shards, of course. Yeah, speaking about... There we go.
Oh,
even TPing with Rubik, okay.
Trying to turn on this. I mean, GH is getting low. Fairy Fire will save him. Make sure that the Fade Bolt doesn't quite kill him off. They'll look to Kuro instead.
That's
one more will...
Oh, Fairy Fire.
No, Fairy Fire is there, but the nuke! Insania hitting the line and securing first blood for Liquid down in this bottom lane.
That was so close. He needed like 5 more HP and he would survive there from the nuke.
Yeah, good movement from Tiger to come in and make sure they do have that extra firepower to tackle this tri-lane of Nigma. It's going to mean that this top lane, this boxy mind control matchup is going to be left as a 1v1.
For mind control now. He's very happy about this. He's gonna free farm now and have a strong nighttime. Bottom.
And this fighting just never ending between these 6 heroes. Tiger, they're trying to chase for him. GH, can he finish him off? They can. One more glaive from Miracle takes the kill. Timber Chain over onto GH. They get the trade. So starting to trade action. Miracle's going to be happy though. Any that he survives for is going to be building up that +2 permanent in.
I don't know who's happy about this actually. It doesn't matter. Bottom lane doesn't matter that much actually. You should look to top and mid. Mid is kind of a wash, right?
Yeah, I was going to say this mid, I feel like we're going to just see. This is just going to be sort of a showcase of which mid's able to sort of play the map better and get the most out of this whole free area. This time, Mickey.
Possibly.
Still got the wand if necessary, and yeah, he's able to keep it chill. He's got the salve with that ring of protection, ring of regen as well. He's got some nice little items to help deal with this harassment that Nigma are putting onto him.
Yeah, so I take it back that bottom is not important. Bottom is important because both silence or both solo lanes are a wash now. So then bottom is important, right? Because I don't think anything will happen top. And
no, for sure. Like, yeah, this is the lane where it could sort of teeter either way. Yeah, the other 2 lanes are going to stay incredibly even.
It's about the XP and the goal difference at this point.
Yeah,
what
getting
are we
these
doing
kills.
here in Insania?
Let's see what sort of play they can find. Any sort of chance to set up with the Inkswell and Mickey Timber chaining in will be taken. But Nigma's doing a great job. You know, they're just cutting down all of these trees, making sure that play isn't available for Liquid to make. Tiger steps forward. The shards aren't going to grab anyone. Insania, he's going to lead him himself with the self Inkswell. And Kuro, he's been split away from the other 2 of them. Kuro does manage to use the Death Pact to heal up. He is keeping him alive. Mickey trying to stay on top. He's got another Timber Chain that will seal the kill for Liquid as they take him down. Tiger is trying to run. The salve will stop the glaive from killing him off, so Tiger is still alive. He's juking it in the trees. Miracle will force the right click of Insania. GH finally gets Tiger. Can they get GH as well? Timber Chain across. This will be a full cleanup of this bottom lane if they can find him, but he's got the snowball, turns with the stun. Mickey's still got another Whirling Death available. So Liquid really racking up the kills down here. 5 minutes kicks in. Kuro's able to walk across, take the bounty rune, but he's got to run because Mickey's got an Inkswell upon him. The stun hit. This is going to be another kill for Mickey. Now 4-0-2 on this bottom lane Timbersaw. The tri-lane versus tri-lane definitely going the way of Liquid in terms of just making sure their core has a beautiful time. And Mickey, he's going to be quick with the movement. He's going to head up to the top half of the map now with these levels and this boost that he's had.
Yeah, super nice play. They're abusing lane equilibrium bottom. So they're double waving Dire, and then they start to fight when they have 2 waves on top of them on Nigma. So Silencer had to take creep damage there. And then the Fade Bolt and stuff pushes the wave in. So yeah, good timing by going on them there. That's why you want to push in the lane and these lanes. Here we go. Bottom.
Set up with a Remnant.
Costly left.
Because this is, I like this movement as well. I mean, you can talk more about the reasoning, though, having this switch up now, bringing Boxy into the tri-lane action, and now pushing Mickey into the solo lane against Mind Control's Night Stalker.
Yeah, normally you cannot do this because this hero is supposed to be level 3 and level 4, this Timber, against the level 6 solo lane. Zaina will go down. That's the Night Stalker TP to switch it up.
See how much they can get done during this night time.
So you will see Mickey, he's gonna do like a stacking wave top to push the tower, and then they will just play passive bottom here until the pressure applies top. So Miracle can die now. Insana can TP top or bottom. We'll see. It's gonna TP bottom.
Because they're getting aggressive onto Boxy. The Resonant Pulse does provide him a bit of protection. It's not enough. Boxy's still dying underneath the tower. Sania, can he chase for anything? He's got Stroke of Fate up in a few seconds. Kuro still standing his ground. Hitting back hard with the Searing Arrows. Of course, whilst all this chaos goes on, the mid laners do continue to have free farm.
Yeah, Mick is playing like perfect right now. I say that. I was
going to say, what's the but? Oh.
This is the but. So, bottom lane also.
They're just getting in everywhere, Nigma. They dive in. It's just a brawl all across the map. Bottom lane, Kuro's going for the TP away, and he makes it.
Okay. This level 2 Inkswell is kind of a timing for Grimstroke. I noticed the damage is insane. It doubles up that level. Yeah, so Mick dodged a gank from me top, but then he didn't know he was still there, and he died. If he dodged that gank, it would be huge. Looking good for Nigma, actually.
Yeah, but with that sort of kill picked up by WeHighs, and just the speed he's able to farm in comparison to Quakefor, he's got this edge in gold. And that E-Blade timing is going to come at an interesting one, because we see as well with Quakefor's build this game. Obviously with the Brews, we're having like the Diffusal Blade rush. This time around, he's actually queuing up the Aghanims first. Is there a reason why he would change up his item progression in a game like this?
Yeah. Well, he might not go right-click build this game. Well, okay. We'll see. There might be a spider build coming up from him.
Oh, that'd be pretty exciting. Yeah, they don't. In terms of AOE, other than the boost from the Meat-Pipe. Yeah, this is definitely a game where you can keep those spiders alive pretty solidly.
Yeah. Also, if they want, they can get a Crimson Guard on the Timber to counter a bit Dire lineup.
Oh, that would be very nice.
E-Blade is going to be super early. Bottom will die again.
Yeah. Easy chase between these heroes. Boxy just being paired up with Insania every time with the Inkswell and the ability to close gaps. He'll get kills. Insania not able to TP out in time. Mind Control's got enough damage, and he's going to look to try and bully Boxy a bit. Boxy's still got maneuverability, so he should be okay. Let's see if they can get Mickey again. Setups there from the root. Into the second one. Mickey, he cannot get his way out of this. A second time that we've seen Weeha sweep across towards the top lane and really start to hurt this Timber now, knocking Mickey back a few times.
Alright, when Meepo poofs here, look, it's gonna... He moves the spiders. Yeah, okay.
That's a good amount of gold. Is all 3 of his nets though, so Quakefor will live. Still, it's just more money rolling into Weeha's bank account. Every single move, every single play, just paying off massively, and that E-Blade just 1,600 gold away. We're going to see an E-Blade done within the next minute or so.
Yeah, I had a sound bug or something when he poofed the spiders. It was like exploded in my AirPods because there were so many targets.
Oh no, I love it when it happens. When there's any sort of spell, sometimes just hits an insane amount.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when sort of Lion's Aghanim break eardrums as well as people's HP when he came out with the Aghanim's finger. Top lane Miracle. He should fall. He's trying to bring down the Rubik with him. With the snowball, he might quite get it. Hey, he gets the +2. Now he can turn to Insane. He's not even going to die. Easy in for Miracle up top. Just got too many hits off. He's fighting that whole fight with +27 of the temporary stolen intelligence. He was hitting damn hard.
Yeah, and he's almost at 100 IQ now. Miracle.
Not bad at 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
This is a smart man. See if he's going to be smart enough to take Boxy. Boxy obviously is very hard to kill with the 2 astral steps, but whoa, not too hard with the global silence. Yeah, Miracle, no hesitation, pops the ult. He sees the opportunity to grab more in, and he'll get it. 2 TPs coming into the top lane from Liquid supports, but the damage is already done, and Miracle starts to pad up the kills.
Yeah. I think Timber is buying a Vanguard. I think he's gonna get Lotus at some point too, but the game is looking very good for Nigma. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do next minutes. I am very curious about the Brood. Like, what is this build? Is this some kind of spider build?
I think it's gotta be. Because I feel like it. Because what reason would you not get the defusal unless you're not going right click? Surely, like if you ever want to play right click, like what? I guess the axe obviously helps him move around the map a little bit more, but obviously without the diffusal, you're not that threatening. So yeah, we'll see what Quakefor does. I mean, he's, we saw last game, he really is a master on the spider. So it'll be very interesting to see what approach he does take in this sort of game.
I can see why. If you look at Dire's hero, they don't have like a direct stun. Snowball, he can outrun Snowball when he has his axe, and he can run through ice shards, of course. So in that sense, axe keeps him alive always if he stays moving.
Yeah, and you can really, I guess once you have that axe, GH never really wants to snowball because most of the time you're going to be able to pull him into a very unfavorable position for the Tusk himself. So you got to be careful when you throw the snowball that way with the Brood. So interesting to see indeed.
He queued up the Diffa. He might still go Spider Build at 20, of course.
All right, yeah. Yeah, just interesting to see him go for those 2 items in the different order. I mean, I obviously with the speed that he's farming, they're still going to come very fast. Oh, Miracle. All right.
This is big. Brood actually making a rotation. Also, this Axe helps him doing it.
Yeah, steps up that global presence earlier. Which I guess is all very important when you are playing against a Meepo lineup, right?
Yeah.
You really have to take control of the map as soon as you can, otherwise this Meepo is just going to get insanely farmed. I mean, not that WeHa already isn't, he's already a problem. This E-Blade, it's done. It's going to be an 11-minute E-Blade on WeHa's Meepo. So we'll see what they can make.
He cannot die this game, Brood, so this is good. Look at this. They didn't get the Brood.
In fact, Brood, he's going to turn and try and get some of them. GH will be able to TP out. So they can chase down Kuro. He's in the webs.
They got Timber.
He is dead. So yeah, still overall Nigma getting the bigger kills and may also get Boxy. Mind Control's on top of them. The initial net will miss. The rest of the Meepos come in. He's used his second step. Mind Control has got Void back up in a second. There's nothing, no sort of backup coming in for Boxy. There's the E-Blade into the root follow-up. And more kills for WeHa to find. It's Meepo, 4 kills.
Oh, don't get netted.
Done.
Okay.
Quakefor's got to be careful, so is Insania. They're relatively close to WeHa. And you see this build as well from WeHa. E-Blade straight into the Shadow Blade Silver Edge. I guess he knows how solid of a game this is for the Meepo. He can walk around hunting kills, and there really isn't a whole lot that Liquid's lineup can do to stop him from getting away with that.
Yeah, I love the Silver's Edge. He cannot hit the net on this Brood without Shadow Blade. It's like way too hard. It's all about Roshan though, for Meepo. Meepo always needs Aegis. I feel like they should try killing Meepo the way he's playing.
They are going to attempt it, Tiger. And Mickey looking to burst him down, but the global silence is popped to allow WeHa to TP out and follow that up with a boost from the remainder of his army. Great use of the global, gets a safe disengage guaranteed for the Meepo. Kuro's also able to get out of Vision's range with the skeleton walk. So Nigma, they'll lose nobody there off the back of that attempt from Liquid.
Mid-tower attempt.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What is Kuro doing? They're pinging him, okay.
Oh.
He didn't know about the sentry.
Well, he did now. He is dead. They step back for a quick kill. Back towards the mid tower. They know they've got this nice window. No global is... It's a pretty key opening for Liquid to start taking some objectives themselves, and this tier 1 will quickly be theirs. Mind control, what's he farming up down bottom, trying to get the pipe online for the team.
Yeah, so the first one that dies this game is gonna lose. So if Meepo dies first, they will lose. If Brit dies first, they will lose.
That's quite the claim. I like it. I like. What happens if none of them die?
Then the game keeps going
Okay.
until they die.
Excellent.
Pretty much.
All right, well, we'll have to keep our eyes on both Quakefoot and We Are. As mid lane.
Remember, no global now, so Meepo has to position himself.
Oh,
The net.
Quakefoot, he's in trouble. He has got
Oh,
the lifesteal. He's trying to turn, but he's dead, and that's it. GG is cool. As Nigma, they kill off the Brood. They did it, S4.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said that.
But, yeah, we don't want the viewers to tune out. Now, everyone, stick around. We could have a turnaround, right? Don't take everything that S4 says as gospel. I know it's easy to do because he normally gets it right. But maybe Liquid will turn this one around. Maybe they will. We'll see.
The thing is, if Meepo dies now, then the game is even. So just wait. They haven't got 8.
Hey, hang on. Now, you said the first one that died this game. Well, you can't go changing these claims, sir.
The first one that dies inside will lose. I didn't mean in Dota.
Wait, what?
I mean in Dota.
Yeah, what is it? The first one that dies in real life?
No.
Jeez,
You know,
this got
like
awfully.
inside.
Okay. All right, and yeah, so at the moment we
In their mind.
are both pretty. Yeah, I imagine they're in pretty good places right now. There's only been one death on Quakefoot. I'm sure he's a positive, PMA sort of player. He's looking forward to turning this one mid lane. Well, this could be a second time though. Quakefoot.
Oh no,
He's dead. Global silence is popped. They'll move over towards Boxy. Mind control's ready to charge towards the back lines. Great shards, catching both Tiger and Insania. And as much as we try to sort of sugarcoat it, S4, I think you might have been right. This one is looking to crumble for Liquid right now. This Meepo his farm's not slowing down anytime soon as we are. He's going to look towards Roche. They're going to get this. They're going to get the Aegis. And he's going to have the Silver Edge and E-Blade complete at 16 minutes in. This is, they're certainly hitting back for that Brood game in game 1 from Liquid. Nigma's definitely sort of showing, hey, we can beat you in that fashion as well.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk a bit about what happened after game 1 also, in terms of Nigma and their communication in between the games.
Oh yeah, what's going on in sort of the camp of Nigma after a loss like that game 1?
I just want to see this fight first happening. Miracle can not get cut, of course. So I was listening to the panel in between the game, and they were saying game 1 was a Brood game, and they said they only won because of cheese, and I have to disagree a bit there.
Oh, I like it.
Because
Explain
I
away,
think Mick kind of should get some credit for that game. He pretty much carried them like the whole game, last game with the DP.
And that was because every sort of the way he moved around the map early on and used his early exorcisms was bang on.
Yeah. And here we go, the top fights. They're gonna get
They are going to get mind control. There's going to be the buyback from Tiger in an attempt to try and turn this. There's the silence for Weir, but of course he still has the Aegis. They'll burn through it the once.
We have a snowball. We have a snowball.
In they go, looking for Weehart. They're on top of him. Boxy's got some good damage with the Astral Step. Snowball will save the Meepo for now. Now Miracle and Kuro have turned up. Global is out. Enigma, they're ready to turn off the back of this second life of Meepo. Mickey just gets shredded by the army of the Meepo as he falls. Liquid have to get out of this. Miracle trying to chase Quakefoot, but with the webs and the Aghanim's movement speed, Quakefoot will live. He gets away. Kuro still hunting for more. GH has got the shards available. The vision's on to Tiger. Shard control, not quite there, but the snowball does connect. GH is in. Tiger, he's able to turn that with a fade pole. Can he get this as well? He cannot. He does fall, but he makes sure that he brings both GH and Kuroki down with it.
So what was I saying before this?
We were talking up Mickey's performance from last game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nigma could have won that game if they played better, and this is something that Kuro would be saying after a lot of his losses throughout the years, I think, as a captain. This is what makes him such a good captain, right? He
Yeah,
doesn't take the easy way out. By
No,
saying,
he doesn't
"We
just
got
say,
cheese."
"Oh, yeah, okay."
By Brood. And it's also true that it was not because of the cheese they lost. They got outplayed. And I like that belief more than saying taking the easy way out.
Yeah, I think that's something, you know, the game of Dota 2 is very easy to lend itself towards. You know, even as pub players, you're always looking for something to blame. Whether it's your teammates, whether it's that 10th pick Huskar, it's never the way you played. It's always something else. And as you say, you know, a good captain's going to look to his team and tell them, no, we could have done a better job, boys.
Yeah, if you want to become the best, then you kind of need this mindset, I think. Also, I think you can see it in these good captains like Papi and Kuro. You can see that they're stubborn. You would think they're stubborn with their drafts, leaving these brood mothers and stuff for the next game also. But it's because they're very experienced and they're smart players.
Oh, they certainly are. You know, the accolades they've picked up over the years, and I mean, absolutely a sort of style we'll see from their drafting, and Puppy in particular. You know, the classic sort of, we lost game one with this draft, let's pick the exact same draft and show them that we can beat them with it, and it's worked for them. And obviously this series, definitely that conversation, I think it paid off. Nigma is hitting back in this game 2 insanely hard. They've stepped up the play, they have come in with an excellent draft as well here, finding a perfect playing field for the Meepo to execute his game plan. And they're 15k up, 30 to 20 right now. Meepo's back in, onto Quote.
No ages on Meepo now, so...
He's still playing incredibly aggressive though. It's got to be a little careful now with the soul buy. Maybe Mickey can turn for the setup, but WeAre is just so fat right now. Can they kill this Meepo? It would be a huge kill if they could. Tiger's trying to get in. They get him. Meepo is gone, and maybe Liquid can find more. They get the drag back with the Remnant placement onto Kuroki. Heals up with the Death Packs. He's trying to bring down Insania, and he's been silenced. He still has the Skeleton Warp, but they're prepared with the Dust. Liquid, they hit back, and they get the kills. They do hold, they push them away, and they keep that tier 3 alive. Liquid, they're not out of this.
Yeah, so the Timber is doing a lot of damage, because they have a pipe on Nigma, so Meepo is not taking magic damage. But this Timber is dealing too much damage. They need to bring him down, or keep him disabled. But yeah, I want to go back to the point about the last game. I think last picks in Dota doesn't automatically win games. I like that mindset more, and I just want to end it on that.
Yeah, but is it like it, obviously last pick it can still heavily influence, but you would say you've never seen a game where it's impossible to win against that against, sort of last
like,
pick.
These good teams,
yeah.
These last picks do not decide games.
And you know, maybe we'll get to see that here in this game. You know, obviously I felt, the panel felt, we saw this Meepo, we were like, you know, as the scrubs we are, we're like, oh, easy game for the Meepo. And it looks good at the moment, but Liquid, they are holding on, and you know, who knows? Maybe this is a game where Liquid themselves are able to step up their play to a point that's able to sort of overthrow the feeling that this draft is a rough one for them to play.
Yeah. I mean, I would want to talk about the other heroes on Nigma rather than Meepo. Their first 3 heroes were Night Stalker, Klinks, and Tusk, and I think these 2 heroes counter their Rubik and Grimstroke, like these very low armor supports. They kind of proved it this game. Here we go, mid lane. This is the best target if they can bring him down.
He is the big damage dealer and the nuisance for WeHeart. Can they finish him during this global? It's getting low. They're on top with the snowball. They finish him off. They get the kill on Mickey. Boxy's going to jump forward with it to simulate. Quick burst onto Tiger on the backlines. He's gone. They have lost 3 on Liquid. Over towards Quake for mind control. Does he want to continue to chase? He'll let him go with the movement speed that he has under the web, as the Spider will survive. We'll see what objective Nigma wants to try and take.
Kerr's like, come bottom. Come on, guys.
He wants to keep building up that Death Pack damage. I mean, he's doing very well for himself so far. They do actually end up getting Quake for there with mind control, and WeHeart persisting, finding the Spider. They're looking to try and go for the effective team wipe across the map. Kuro holding down Boxy with that clumsy net. He'll dodge the snowball, has 1 jump, still has a 2nd jump with the Astral Step, but Miracle's there, ready and waiting, gets the hits in, so his intelligence is stolen. There's not enough mana available to jump that 2nd time. As more ink goes towards Miracle, and Nigma do manage to really reaffirm this stronghold they've had on this game. They're down mid, they're looking for barracks. It's 30 seconds without Boxy and Quakefer. Going to be very tough for Liquid to try and hold back this one now.
Miracle double tapped Blink back to base, and he was gonna go for Timber. Miracle's playing in this silencer like an OD.
He's just sort of sliding in and smacking them.
Yeah, he hits like an OD almost.
Yeah, you can't underrate sort of the damage that comes out from a silencer that picks up this amount of it early on. He hits very, very hard, and you see it with the build as well, queuing up the Moonshot. As long as he can just keep punching, building up in, there's not a lot Liquid can do to take him down unless they find some sort of way of closing the gap on him. It's hard to do so, though, between the global silence, GH's plays with the shards and the snowballs. Lots of ways to set up the fight in an excellent fashion that allows Miracle to just go to work on the backlines.
Yeah, Liquid trying to take this area because Roche is going to seal the game now, the next one. So they know they need this hill above anything else. And Nigma doesn't want to let it go. What they can do is they can push in bottom now and get it back. Smoke.
Here we go. Weeha. What jump does he want to make? He's looking towards Mickey. He's going to start playing around with the Timber. The rest of Nigma going for the wraparound, looking for Koi on the back lines. They'll go for the snowball play onto Tiger. Global silences pop. Mickey, he needs help. They've got to try and keep this Timber alive. He's been E-bladed. The root control from Weeha continues into the booth. Mickey's gone. Jump across from Boxy, but Nigma, they'll continue to chase this. Another net, not going to quite clip Boxy this time. The second one, it does though. Weeha hits the target, hits the mark, onto this Royal Void Spirit they go. The Resonant Pulse gives him a little protection, but it's not nearly enough as Miracle turns up, beats him down, more in for the silencer, and Nigma, they can resume their business down mid as they look to go towards the tier 4s and to end this game 2. We have some buybacks to play with Liquid, but this Ancient's going to fall pretty quickly. See if Liquid want to give it one final hurrah. Yeah, it's done. It's over. This game going the way of Nigma. And obviously the Meepo, it was a great Meepo.